What?
Date?
Iris!
What are you doing? Barging in without ringing the doorbell? Oh, you see, Mizuki ended up staying at my place. Something wrong?
You're dead!
The world
That's what's wrong.
changed.
Wait. You're telling me that the changes we make in Somnium are real changes? Oh no. Oh, this just got way more weird.
Iba and I saved Iris during the sink yesterday. She wasn't killed.
True, but that was only a dream.
Maybe the dream changed reality.
Impossible.
Then how else would you explain it? Iris came back to life.
It is absurd. Not possible. Dreams are figments of the imagination. An incident which took place entirely in your mind cannot have any bearing on the real world. That is preposterous.
But the whole memory thing. God damn it.
Consider it. If you were to find money in your dream, does your bank account balance go up in reality? If you were to be attacked by aliens in your dream, does a swarm of UFOs invade Earth?
But at the warehouse,
You must have been hallucinating. Within Mizuki's Somnium, you saw Iris's frozen corpse. It is affecting your mental state. Last night, you were so fazed by it that you couldn't speak. If it bothers you to this degree, why not go talk to Iris?
I'm telling you, we have literally an autopsy report. We have a definite autopsy report. What the fuck happened to that? Can I not like bring that up? It's like, where's the report? Where's the autopsy?
Date and Iba saved Iris and Somnium. And that changed the history of the real world? Well, I guess it's not impossible.
That isn't what you said yesterday.
That was then, this is now. A woman's mind changes with the phases of the moon, you know?
No, it doesn't.
Anyway, I believe in Date. I trust him more than anyone else in Abyss. Congressman Sejima is suspicious in more ways than one. Exhibit A. 3 days ago, So called Shoko Nadami's phone. We still don't know exactly why. He only told us it was meant to be private. Exhibit B. So Sejima was at Okiura Fishery Warehouse last night. But he didn't inform us of this. There must be something he doesn't want us knowing. Exhibit C. So was in Iris's Somnium. Dreams are constructed from memories.
Wait, excuse me? Repeat that.
So was in Iris's Somnium. Yet the good congressman denies he ever knew Iris.
It was the other way around, boss, but okay. Alright. Where's So now?
I sent him home yesterday.
You released him?
What was I supposed to do? We can't hold him without solid proof. What we saw with Iris hasn't happened yet.
In any case, we have to speak with him again.
Stranger things have been known to happen. 2 days ago, Date found Iris's frozen corpse in Mizuki's Somnium. It must have been a prophecy.
Boss...
There's a lot of stuff in this world that can't be explained by science.
Boss's knack for change is one of her good qualities. Not having beliefs is what she believes in. So she established herself as a major player in the police department. Because you believe in what you wanted to. Okay. Oh, left stick, please. Where's Iris now?
Her cell phone is on. I can trace her via GPS. She is currently somewhere in the Lemniscate building. Mizuki went to Bloom Park 3 nights ago. She was prompted by a Nile message from Renju. There are 3 possibilities. 1. Renju killed Shoko, or was an accessory to the murder. 2. Renju was threatened or blackmailed into luring Mizuki to the scene. 3. The culprit used Renju's phone to send the Nile message. In any case, the motive is still unknown. We need to talk to Renju.
Renju, where did you go?
You asked Mama at Marble for information regarding Renju Okiura, correct?
Uh-huh.
It is possible she may have something for you by now.
I asked Moma for information too, but I had to promise him a meeting with Iris. Moma can wait for now.
We can talk to Iris's mom as well. She was Renju's classmate, right? Iba told me about her.
About the fishery.
I have done some research. As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras. The same Okiuras we know. Renju's father created the company.
Another connection to Renju.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju. The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died. Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management. In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
But it can't be a coincidence.
It certainly is suspicious. I would suggest searching the warehouse again. You may be able to discover why Iris was resurrected.
Wait. Search the warehouse again. Alright. Summary.
There are 4 people I should talk to. Sosajima, Iris and Hitomi Sagan, and Mama. And I need to check the warehouse one more time.
We have many avenues of investigation.
Let's get moving.
Okay. For the moment, we'll start at the warehouse. I by my left eye socket, I walked into the cold storage warehouse. I could see my breath. I looked around shivering. Nothing seemed changed from last night, though. There's a cardboard box on the floor. There's nothing in it. Damn, that'd have been my first.
You first arrived here yesterday at 9 p.m. At that time, lying on this workbench was...
Iris's dead body, covered with a white cloth.
But the second time,
The corpse was gone.
it was 11:25 p.m. but the body could not have simply vanished. Crime scene investigation was here before 11:25 p.m.
When did they arrive?
According to the report, 10:30 p.m., after we finished syncing with So.
It took them an hour and a half to get here?
Correct.
So it's an hour and a half missing.
Why did it take them so long?
Unknown. The report does not specify. Perhaps a result of outside influence.
Outside influence?
In any case, there is nothing of note about the bench. Examining it will not reveal any further information.
Okay, thanks.
There are numerous cardboard boxes on the shelves. There is nothing abnormal about them. Hi, I'm Dramaimon.
Iba, the jokes, you've gotta stop.
Doraemon.
A forklift.
Doraemon.
It doesn't seem like it's in use. It was likely just left here. A forklift. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. A switchboard. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. The crane on the ceiling. Nothing has changed. It's a wooden box. There is nothing inside. That machine is used to cut ice. Do they store ice here? There are only a few items on the shelf. It is likely that this warehouse isn't in regular use.
Find anything useful.
But finding nothing may, in fact, be something.
What do you mean?
I was just thinking out loud. Let's get going. Date, your temperature is dropping. At this rate, they might find your body in here.
Okay, so... Sejima residence.
So Sejima is a key person of interest in this case. Earlier, the boss cited 3 points of suspicion against him, and I agree with her assessment. I checked the call logs of So's phones. Congressman Sejima has one phone under his name, and a burner phone rented under a fake name.
Did you find anything interesting?
Unfortunately, no.
Really?
But I do have something. I looked into So's secretary's phone. One call in particular stood out to me.
Huh?
It was 1 week ago. From Fuchu Prison.
Ooh. So hold on. I actually want to look. What has changed in the appendix? Connect to me? Connect home. Map of neurocircuitry. There are approximately 100 billion neurons in the human brain, and it's thought that there are 1 trillion connections between them. Okay. Yeah, the 3 laws of robotics. No! Damn it, I didn't... It's not here anymore. That's actually a pretty cool design for him. Damn it. Alright, it's whatever. I'll probably go through and get it all again. Alright.
The caller identified themselves as inmate number 89.
Number 89?
Yes, this is most likely the same person who called HQ.
I know who killed Shogunadami.
Unknown.
You don't know?
He is not registered in any databases. He could be a foreigner or recent immigrant, but it would be impossible to determine from where. However, I did not detect any accent in his speech. I believe we can conclude that he grew up in Japan. From what I can determine, he is an assassin. He accepts jobs from the criminal underworld for substantial rewards.
Oh, that's new. We didn't know that last time we asked.
His code name is Falco.
That ain't
Falco?
Correct.
Ooh. It's like, hey, you remember that, don't you? It's like, yeah, you do. Yeah, you
Unknown.
do.
You would have to ask Mr. Sejima for that information.
Number 89 said he knew who killed Shoko.
He did, but that may be a lie.
Does he have any connections to the Cyclops serial killings?
Unknown. In all honesty, I have no idea.
What's he in jail for?
Murder. He is serving a life sentence for multiple counts. He was imprisoned 6 years ago.
6 years ago. Number 89.
Should we visit Fuchu Prison?
No, we don't have time. Call up boss. Tell her to request that number 89 be brought to Abyss.
Roger.
Radio guy.
I heard there was no body found at the cold storage warehouse. Isn't your investigation over?
No. Actually, it's continuing. Why are you at the warehouse?
I told you I will not answer that question.
Why not?
And why not? We didn't find anything there. There's nothing to hide.
It appears that he will not respond.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know that girl. I've never seen her before.
Date.
I knew he was lying. This proves it.
I am having difficulty determining his motive for lying. After all, Iris was not killed.
Maybe he's got a secret with her he doesn't want us knowing. What are you hiding so?
You are beginning to irritate me.
Same here, Shad.
What did you want to talk to her about? What is the private matter you mentioned? What is your relationship with her?
I'll answer your questions when you present a warrant. Number 89? Who is that?
An inmate at Fuchu Prison. He used to go by Falco. He was an assassin.
Odd, finding such a person in Japan. What about him?
About a week ago, he called your secretary.
I don't know anything about that. He was probably calling for a pardon or some such nonsense. My secretary probably decided it wasn't worth my attention. If you need information, you can ask her. I can't help you. Haven't you people got enough? I'm very busy. Excuse me. Oh, actually, I do have one more thing to tell you. To be honest, Kaname Date, I don't like you.
Yeah, me either.
I don't ever want to see you again. So I suggest that you don't show your face here anymore.
Same goes to him.
It's what's best for both of us. Understand?
What do you mean it's best for both of us? Excuse you, sir? So walked away
Who does
sternly.
this guy think he is?
Date, your blood pressure is skyrocketing. Any higher could kill you. Relax, Date. We still have much to do.
I know.
You need more info on Ren? I'm sorry to waste your time, but I don't have anything for you.
I see.
Why are you always brushing that fish?
I find it calming.
Why is that?
Don't ask me.
Oh, Falco?
You know him?
I know him as a famous assassin in the underworld. Just rumors, though, nothing specific.
What kind of rumors?
He's good. 100% success rate, no evidence. He was a world-class killer.
Did you ever meet him?
Nope. I don't even know what he looks like.
Any other info?
I know he's connected to the Kumakuras somehow.
Them again.
Yeah, it's because of Rohan.
That's about it.
How's it go?
Well, I could use a little help down there, if you know what I mean.
I do not know what she means. Perhaps you should take her up on her offer.
Absolutely not.
You know about Renju and the Kumakura gang, right?
Yeah, I know. I heard it from his own mouth right here.
Do they have anything to do with the talent scandal at Lemniscate?
Maybe now they do, since Renju is the president of Lemniscate. But even before that, Renju and the Kumakuras go way back. All the way back to high school.
Hey, Date. Have you ever seen a dead body?
No. I remember Renju saying that to me after he and I went through a bottle.
You're a policeman. I don't know what department, but I assume you aren't handing out traffic tickets. So, how about it?
Huh? I didn't answer. Turn the question around.
What about you?
Me? Well, yeah. Not just one, countless bodies. When I was in high school, I had a pretty crazy job. You know the Kumakura gang? I was hooked up to one of their phone fraud scams. I just had to go collect the money from drop points and give it to the Kumakuras. It was an easy job. Eventually, I became friends with the higher-ups. They started taking me with them on jobs.
What jobs?
The target was always an elderly person from the country with no family. Elderly folk who owned a lot of land, you know? They live every day in loneliness and desperation. You just have to be nice to them. That's all it takes. Guys would get to know the old people and they would set up an adoption process. After that, you just have to get them really drunk. Throw them in the tub full of hot water, and they pass. Just like that.
Wait. What?
Heart attack, brain hemorrhage, or they simply go to sleep and drown. The police almost never investigated. It always looked natural, like they died of old age. So the adopted gang members would inherit the land. Then we sell it and make massive profits.
Is that called anything? No, it's just jobs. But okay, that's all I need to know.
I watched a lot of people get killed like that. And I've seen journalists get killed for getting too close to the truth. So Why am I telling you all this?
Because you're drunk.
Are you going to arrest me?
I took a sip from my glass. I didn't say anything for a while.
You didn't do it yourself, right?
No, I was always the lookout. But still, Date,
Tears fell to the counter, unending. When you say another word into the ice and glasses melted to nothing. Melted to nothing.
I don't have anything else for you. Sorry, I'm not much help.
No, don't worry about it.
Can you come back again tonight? There's a regular here who is good friends with Ren. They should be here tonight. If you ask him, he might have some information for you.
Tonight?
Yes. I'll be waiting for you.
Okay. Interesting. Ouch. I can't do anything about that.
I apologize for yesterday. I arrived uninvited.
No, I'm grateful. Thanks to you, Mizuki has her voice back.
No, I didn't do anything. Today's a holiday. I suppose there's never a day off for a detective. Oh, but you aren't a detective, right?
Technically, yes. But I still deal with crime.
I see. Today is a holiday.
You forgot too, didn't you?
About Iris.
I've put Iris through so much. I was 19 and single when she was born. People didn't take kindly to that. But Iris was such a fighter. She always protected me. I remember, one time at the nursery, some of the other mothers were talking about me. Iris ran up to them and said, "Don't talk about my mommy!" I'm supposed to be the mother, but it's Iris who's always protecting me. They died when I was 17. I was an orphan, and my relatives lived far away. They might have taken me in, but I was already in my second to last year of high school. It wasn't a good idea for me to move that late. So I decided to stay here, by myself.
And take care of Iris.
Yes, all alone. But Renju would help sometimes.
Where is Renju?
You asked me that yesterday.
Some haven't known? There's no point in hiding it. Told her about Renju's disappearance.
Right from the hospital?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have no idea.
God, can y'all, like, not? Please?
It was always just me and her. Vacations, barbecues, zoos, amusement parks. Just me and her. Oh, that reminds me. When Iris was 5, there was a children's theater show in Bloom Park. It was called Milky Moon. It was about girls as magical space rangers and such.
Sailor Moon.
She loved singing and dancing, even as a kid. Whenever she heard music, her body would start moving. It was a quirk of hers. And she did it at the show, too. Toward the end, when all the Milky Moon girls were dancing to the ending song, Iris climbed up onto the stage and danced with them. I tried to stop her, of course. I grabbed her arm and tried to get her to sit, but before I knew it, she was up there, dancing. Even I was dancing by the end of it.
Oh, wait. I didn't...
Before I knew it,
Sorry.
she was up there, dancing. And everyone was so excited. When it was over, she had the biggest smile on her face. "Mama, you're a good dancer." That's the kind of girl she was.
About Iris.
Whenever she sees someone playing music on the street, she'll run up and join them, right then and there. Music at the train station, the crosswalk beeping, even at convenience stores. When their little chime played, she would start dancing. It almost got her into trouble once. She was on the jungle gym and a truck drove by. It was playing loud music out the windows. She climbed up to the top and started dancing, but she lost her balance and fell. She fractured her leg pretty badly.
Yikes.
It was on a Sunday, and it was hard to find an open emergency care. I was carrying her on my back, running and running through town. I could still hear her crying.
Why would you not, like...
Will I still be able to dance, Mommy? Can I still dance?
Why would you go up to the top of the jungle gym? Why would you not go down?
She cried and cried into my shoulder. It was the only time she ever cried so much. No, that's not true.
What was the other time?
Six years ago, I was the victim of a shooting. After the surgery, Iris came in running, and she was sobbing.
Mommy, don't die! Don't die! Please don't die, Mommy! Don't die!
I swore to myself then that I would protect her, no matter what. Iris is everything to me, more important than my own life.
Iris must really enjoy dancing,
Yeah.
though her drawing skills could use some work.
Drawing skills?
Look at the drawing on the wall.
I've been wondering about that picture.
Iris drew it when she was 12.
That's you on the left and Iris in the middle, correct?
Yes,
And who's on the right?
the man I was dating at the time.
Dating?
It was only for 3 months, but
You were dating Falca?
I met him about 6 years ago. Have you been to the Ikume Shrine in the Minato district? I was praying there one day, and I heard a voice. Well, more like a groan. Behind the shrine, I saw a man sitting on the ground.
Yeah, and he was injured. He was, like,
He
what,
was
shot?
bleeding badly from his stomach. I took out my phone to call an ambulance, but he grabbed my wrist, and he held me, and then he kissed me.
But why?
I was shocked, but when I stared into his eyes, then I heard footsteps, and then a bunch of men yelling. They were looking for him. When the voices and footsteps faded, he let me go. Don't call an ambulance, and don't call the cops. I knew he had to be a criminal, so I took him to an underground clinic I knew.
You took him to a mob doctor?
Renju's friend. I only met him once.
Excuse me? God damn it, you're really gonna make me continue to look at this picture.
Even though we had our first kiss seconds after meeting each other, it took a long time before I got to see him again. The first time we held hands was when we watched a horror movie together. The first time I took his arm was when we went to a haunted house in an amusement park. But I wasn't the one who grabbed him. A zombie jumped out and scared us, and he clung onto my arm. He had that cute side to him. And I was falling in love. Our second kiss was in the car. It's cliché, I know, but we drove around at night, looking at all the lights. We parked our car near a warehouse and kissed. I don't think we ever said I love you, but we both knew. We were getting closer and closer. I introduced him to Iris about a month after I first met him. Iris never had a father figure in her life before. She warmed up to him immediately and treated him like a real dad. From then on, it was always the three of us together. We would go to the beach, to the river, the zoo, the amusement park. Going to barbecues with another person was a new experience for me and Iris. Everything felt so fresh. Every day was so exciting. Oh, sorry. You asked about the picture. He wanted to make okonomiyaki one day. He was working with the hot plate. It was ridiculous. He was trying to flip one, and it flew up in the air and landed right on my head. Iris saw the whole thing and laughed and laughed. I hadn't seen her laugh like that in a long time. I was having so much fun that I put an okonomiyaki on their heads too. Plop, plop. I added the bonito flakes and mayo and sauce. At this point, there was no going back. Eggs flew, flour going everywhere. The room was not a pretty sight. After our battle, we laughed like crazy. We were rolling around on the floor. So Iris decided to draw it. It's nostalgic. But those days didn't last. 6 years ago, in November, a man with a gun broke into our house. Fortunately, Iris wasn't home at the time. But my boyfriend was. That's why the gunman came. He wanted to kill him. He wanted to kill him, and he would never stop. He pulled the trigger. I tried to protect him. The bullet hit me, but the police arrived. They were both arrested and incarcerated.
Why was he after your boyfriend?
Before he met me, he committed some terrible crime. I don't know the details, but it was awful. So he became a target for underworld criminals. I don't know exactly why, but I know that he betrayed them in some way.
May I ask you something?
Of course.
I had heard that that incident was a random break-in gone wrong.
Oh. That's not true. I lied about it at the time, because of Mizuki. Mizuki is Iris's friend. If she found out, Iris would find out too. I didn't want Iris to know.
Know what?
That I was dating a criminal. He was her father figure. Iris looked up to him. If she found out about his past...
Oh, done.
Date, we can't spend time reminiscing. We have to get moving.
Yeah, let's go.
Wait, shit.